What does Professor Lancaster think?
In 1492, a daring adventurer named Christopher Columbus set forth on a momentous expedition that unveiled the marvels of the Americas. This profound expedition brought about an extraordinary juncture in world history. The convergence of European explorers and the native inhabitants ignited a momentous collision of traditions, propelling lasting ramifications on societies and fundamentally shaping the fabric of civilizations. The consequences of Columbus's arrival on the indigenous communities were undeniably significant and enduring. We're talking about violence, displacement, and utter cultural chaos. The Europeans brought along their fancy gadgets and brutal military tactics, and the natives found themselves facing an unfathomable force. The conflict became an unavoidable reality as the distribution of power was heavily skewed, resulting in the domination of numerous indigenous societies. Yet, the tale did not culminate at that juncture. On the contrary, the European influence transcended mere territorial assertions. It forged ahead to displace the very roots of the indigenous communities. Coerced migration became the strategy, wresting away ancestral territories and time-honored customs, casting the native inhabitants into a state of profound ambiguity. And let's not forget the insidious cultural invasion. The Europeans rolled in with their strange customs, incomprehensible languages, and newfangled religions, challenging the very essence of indigenous cultures. It was a full-on assault, and the consequences echoed through the generations. We need to acknowledge the power of perspective to wrap our heads around the true extent of this historical mayhem. Traditional historical accounts have been shamelessly Eurocentric, sweeping the suffering and resilience of the indigenous folks under the proverbial rug. It's high time we break free from this biased narrative and start giving due credit to the perspectives of the marginalized. To grasp the scope of indigenous losses, we must reckon with the devastating impact of diseases introduced by the Europeans. These viruses played a sick game of dominoes with indigenous populations, decimating their numbers and leaving a trail of destruction. We need to untangle this mess to see what was caused by the germs and what was fueled by the colonizers' nefarious ambitions. Historians have often had a bad habit of glorifying great men while ignoring the struggles and contributions of the underdogs. The allure of history lies not solely in its prominent figures, but also in the unsung heroes who play supporting roles. These obscured narratives harbor a trove of invaluable insights into the intricacies of American history, serving as poignant reminders that the superficial portrayals often leave much untold. The saga of the Americas weaves a captivating tapestry of diverse experiences and interwoven histories, resembling a mosaic of intertwined tales that defy simplistic categorization. Appreciating this intricate web of stories demands a willingness to abandon rigid confines and embrace the boundless complexity inherent in the past. Yet, as with any grand chronicle, challenges persist, posing barriers to unraveling the full extent of historical truth. We've got storytelling biases, conflicting viewpoints, and historical records that are anything but crystal clear. Some scholars argue against the idea of deliberate European genocide, highlighting the intricacies behind the decline of indigenous civilizations. We're swimming in a sea of misinformation, and it's up to historians to navigate these murky waters.